The future of New World is looking pretty exciting. It does seem that a PvP zone is on the cards. It looks like we're getting a new type of mount, and matchmaking might be coming sooner than we think. So let's start off with the PvP zone. Now, the way this is on the PTR, I'm going to show you some footage in a minute, but I'm just on the live right now. But on the PTR, what is happening in the bottom right hand corner, or sorry, the bottom left hand corner of Cutlass Keys. So right around about here at the Unbound Shrine, if you teleport to here or you walk there, what you will find is that you become PvP flagged, and actually it becomes a free-for-all. So I grouped with Mailorio. We were sort of both purples. I even invited him to our company and we sort of see if that made a difference, and it did not. Any groups get disbanded and everybody can be attacked. So it doesn't matter about the faction, doesn't matter about groups, everybody gets disbanded. It is literally a free-for-all. Now, it's very likely that this isn't supposed to be on the PTR. I think it's just a mistake, but it's very interesting nonetheless, because if this is on the PTR as it is, it sort of suggests that they're working on something related to this. And what could that be? Well, some of you may have remembered this rumor here, the May PvP content announcement rumor, and one of the first rumors they have is an open world PvP zone, which would have been pirate themed. Well, isn't Cutlass Keys sort of pirate themed? The idea is that there'll be high level resources there, mobs to farm and that kind of thing. I don't think it mentioned sort of being free for all, but it did say you wouldn't be able to unflag. Whilst this is not confirmed, I think if we look at this rumor and we look at what has just happened on the PTR, you can sort of put 2 and 2 together and probably come out with 4, which suggests that an open world PvP zone is coming and it's going to be some kind of free-for-all. Whether or not this will stay on the PTR, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this won't come to the season 5. I think this is just going to get fixed. I don't think it's intentional, but it's very, very interesting. I had seen this image, and when this image came live, it was like when everybody was, data mining the PTR, and there's a couple of things I want to draw your attention to. One is this circle here. You can sort of see there's like an extended part of Cutlass Keys. So is that where the PvP island's going? Not really sure. Outpost Rush is in the top left, and then there's these little 2 squares over here. Maybe that's where the PvP island is, and this is how you get to the PvP island. It also suggests, I mean, not directly, obviously, that maybe Cutlass Keys is going to get a rework in the expansion. And I think this is all going to happen in an expansion. It's all going to happen in Season 7. There's a hint of that in the backing data. We had seen, by the way, at one point, there was a leak about a raid in Cutlass Keys, sort of all tying together now, all starting to make sense. And there's some perk ID here where it's Season 7 perks, and it says raid and PvP zone. Not quite sure what that means, but I'm guessing the raid is literally a PvE raid, and the PvP zone, well, it's literally in the backing data, right? Not only is it in the backing data, it's also on some items. There's this perk ID weapon PvP zone thing. So like there's references now to PvP zones. I don't think it's going to be what's on the PTR. I don't think it's just like a little area. If it's going to be a zone, it might as well be an actual island. Like, I don't want to say it's confirmed, but everything is sort of very quickly adding up. And it's very, very, very exciting. For me, open world PvP is always a little bit risky. I think there's a very real risk that it can become a Zergfest. Now, if it's free for all, that obviously will put pay to that a little bit, because a Zergfest just means everybody's going to die. Only the healers are going to be healing themselves. They're not going to be healing anybody else, and it's going to be chaos. I do think people will try and cheese it. So when I was doing my test on the PTR, basically I was saying, hey, you 4 people try and kill me without trying to hit each other. Because I think some people will try and cheese it like that, because, that's the nature of humanity. If it makes sense, people will do it. And when they were allowed to use ranged, it was a little bit easier, although there was a little bit of crossfire that they didn't mean to do. But when they all had to do melee, they literally didn't kill me because I was like a 500 con tank. But you know what I mean? They couldn't do it without hitting each other a little bit. So I do think people will still pre-make, but I don't think it'll be that strong. Obviously, I have no idea what the rewards will be, but I'm always a little bit worried that, it can be super zergy. I don't think it's going to be super zergy if it's a free-for-all. And then we have a couple of extra other things. One of these is that it looks like a bear mount is coming. Now, the way I say bear is that I say it like burr. That's my accent. So if I say burr, you know what I mean. But anyway, UI mounts burr description, and you can see here it says Humphrey is a big, grumpy powerhouse of an animal, utterly protective to those he loves. So there's some kind of quest where you get the burr, and you know, it looks like that's going to be a new mount type, I would assume. Not necessarily related to the mount, I don't think, but it looks like there's going to be some kind of quests that are both daily, weekly, or hourly. Once per minute sort of seems a little bit crazy, like a once per minute quest. I mean, that's just an infinite quest, isn't it? There's almost no point. But they've got something like that in the backing descriptions and stuff. It's only a very small note, but it looks like we are going to finally get a barbershop. I can sort of see this happening in the expansion, but yeah, it looks like barbershop open menu. Hopefully, there are some advanced customizations that come along with that, rather than just being able to redo your character. But I'd be happy just to be able to redo my character. Not that I want to change mine, but I think it's just a feature that needs to come. And we knew it was on the cards because they'd mentioned it before. Sort of suggests that this is heading towards a Season 7 release. And the next one I want to look at is matchmaking. So we know matchmaking has sort of been getting added to the backing data every now and then. And we know that matchmaking sort of, you know, just makes sense. It's definitely coming. But now we can sort of see how they might do it. Min rating, max rating, min deviation, max deviation, min volatility, max volatility, randomized matchmaking rating. Yeah, I don't know obviously what mode this is. It could be arena. I can't imagine it being Outpost Rush. I think there's just too many people. Like, I don't know if that would make any sense, but maybe. I mean, they could bring it to Outpost Rush. Don't know if people would really want it though. I think sort of Outpost Rush should just be like the free for all, let's not worry about it kind of mode, and then arena should be a little bit more like sweaty if you want that sweatiness. So a PvP zone is looking very likely. It looks like we're going to get a new type of mount, and it looks like the barbershop is coming. By the way, somebody's been doing some like houseworks, roadworks, that kind of thing, some building works. If you can hear that, I'm sorry. I'm just, you know, it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts. What's the most interesting part in here for you? I don't think this is going to be in Season 5, like the PvP zone. I think we're looking at Season 7. I have no idea what Season 6 will be, if there even will be a Season 6. I sort of feel like they might just get rid of the season concept, but we'll see. Let me know your thoughts. Have a beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.